Loving West Virginia is about to get fucking overturned.
Girl, you on borrowed time. You do not have 30 minutes. And I hate to say this, but if you are in an interracial relationship or same-sex relationship, you got to understand you're on borrowed time. The clock has already started ticking. And to be honest, the mindset should shift away from, oh, let's immediately get married. We'll get a marriage license that'll protect us. And to shift the mindset towards how will my partner and I protect one another, protect our relationship, our marriage, and our family when the state tries to come for it. We have to dead trying to force business as usual because we are moving in a different terrain, and a business as usual mindset will not protect you but will leave you severely unprepared. And even if you don't believe the court will overturn Loving's Obergefell, which your faith could move mountains, they will absolutely at least try to attempt it. Dobbs was a precursor and should be looked at as such. Also, folks bring up Thomas, and like, I'm gonna let you know right now, they don't really need his vote to overturn Lovings. Thomas could side with the dissent and they would still have a 5-4 majority. Not only that, don't count against Thomas also voting to overturn Lovings. He would see his wife and him as the exception. Not only that, third option, let's say Thomas does step down, Trump would then appoint a new justice who would likely just overturn Lovings. In both three cases, we got Thomas siding with dissent, still can overturn it. Thomas voting to overturn his own marriage. Thomas stepping down, and yet Lovings is still overturned. Okay? We have to prepare for all type of scenarios. So, for example, let's say they do overturn Lovings and Obergefell. That means it'll be up to the individual states to decide and determine if they're going to recognize these marriages. In particular and specifically, whether or not they will deem these marriages illegal. So let's say you got married in, I don't know, Oklahoma. Oklahoma could be like, these marriages are now void, or go a step further and be like, these marriages are now illegal. What will you and your partner and your family do to survive, to maneuver, to handle that? And listen, there are supposed to be, laws against type of like retroactive attack, as in when you got married, it was legal. So therefore, even if they make it illegal, you are safe. But if you've been calling these folks fascists or that they are a threat to democracy, you should not be moving with a business as usual approach. That's how you'll get caught up. And we are supposed to have, Respect for Marriage Act, which is really a sorry ass attempt to protect interracial and same-sex marriage, but it's really about if you move to a state after getting married. So let's say you got married in California but then moved to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's supposed to recognize that license. But again, if you've been calling them fascists, that they're a threat, you should not be moving with a business as usual approach. You'll get yourself caught up. And people have to remember that interracial and same-sex marriages are still in the minority of marriages in this country. Yes, our views have changed in the last, 20 years, and you may have friends, but don't confuse visibility with safety.